Okay, after one of my previous videos where I was talking about the camper and possibly I've got this camper that's too small and my wife wasn't going to be comfortable in it and what have you, and I'm not too sure she's going to go camping with me anymore. But what I decided to do was to take on a small remodel project to make it a little bit more roomier and easier to sleep in. And I'm going to take you inside and show you right here. Now this is a 16-foot bunkhouse camper, what they call bunkhouse camper. So it has a bed. It has a bed in the front which serves as a dining room table also, and you let the table down and the cushions down, and right there's the mattress for this top bunk. But what I'm going to do, you can see the bunk beds right here, and this is really made for kids, not for adults. I'm going to remove the top bunk bed. Now, as you notice, there's a window down there, and there's nothing up here that's going to get in my way. There's no lights or anything on the bottom side of this bed, and I'm going to open this up and try to make it a little more easier for an adult to sleep in that bottom bunk, and that's what I'm going to do today. So the first thing I got to do is remove this trim piece right here that holds the mattress in, and it had a couple little decorative buttons on it. I just pried them off with the screwdriver. These are Phillips head or #1 screws, square head screws. So I'm going to remove those from the bunk bed right now and get those out of the way. Nothing too difficult here. I've watched several YouTube videos about doing this exact thing that I'm doing, so that came off pretty easy. I'm just going to lay it over here. I'm trying to find a good place to put my camera so you can watch what I'm doing. Let me see what I can do here. Well, I couldn't really find a good place to put the camera, but what I'm going to do now is this has a plywood top to it, and it looks like it's been stapled. Okay, now I'm not sure. I may have to go and get a pry bar to get it off. I would say once you start right here, you are committed to taking this off, and I really am committed to taking it off. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get a pry bar out of my basement, something a little bit more significant. So I turned the battery on so we could see a little bit better. Turn the light on here. So I got a hammer and a pry bar. I'm just going to work it underneath this edge of this platform where the staples are. Ooh, I get started right there. Let me start with this little one right here. So I don't know if it was just stapled or was it glued or what. I don't think it was glued. So what I'm doing right here, so you can see, I'm just prying up on the edge right here where the staples are, and it seems to be some kind of framing right here. I'm not really concerned with saving this. Yeah, it's just basically stapled down. Luann plywood's all it is. told my wife what I was out here doing. Just want to make sure I don't tear anything up on the walls or anything. Getting this out. So it's a frame, it's a wood frame that looks like it's screwed in to the sides. Okay, I don't see there might be a little glue on it. I think once I get the top off, I'll be able to get the bottom off pretty easy. Okay, I got the top and the bottom off of this. I believe it was stapled and glued, but it was really thin Luan plywood, so it wasn't too hard to get off. Now what I got to do is go get a drill driver and a square head bit and take this frame loose all the way around, and it should just slide on out of here. We'll go see. All right, I went down and got a impact. I'm gonna take these screws out now. Not square heads. They're not square heads, so I guess they're Phillips heads. I'll just take a screwdriver. So boy, it's gonna be a while. Okay, after a couple of trials unscrewing these screws, I finally got the frame out. Okay, and I'm gonna take it outside right now. So that probably took me all but, I don't know, 45 minutes, and there's really no damage except the screw holes on the walls anywhere. But what it's done now is it's opened up this bedding situation right here, and I may come back and put some half shelf back there just for a little bit extra storage, maybe of bed linens and stuff. But yeah, this is going to make it a lot easier to get in and out of these kid size bunk beds. Okay, yeah, I don't have to duck my head anymore. Anyways, it went pretty well, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna leave it off I really don't need this trim strip or anything. I'll put the mattress back in there after. So there it is, finished. I got the top bunk out, and there's a lot more room now for me to lay down in here on this bottom bunk. And I think I'm going to, I saved the framing and the piece that came from underneath. I think I'm gonna make a shelf back in the back, just a small shelf to hold some bed linens and things like that. Anyways, yeah. So I'm quite happy with that now. And I think I solved my sleeping arrangement problem. And then in the front here, all I got to do is not use that, just use it as a table for when I'm out camping by myself. So all I got to do is put the table up, and that's that. Okay, I kind of finished that little project here for now. I think I'm going to keep this camper and use it myself, even though my wife doesn't really want to go with me too much. When she does, we'll let her use the front bed. She may still go with me for 1 or 2 nights, but I think it's just going to be a single person camper for now. Let me show you where the bathroom is in here. So the bathroom is pretty nice. It has a toilet and a shower. So it's really a nice little camper. I think I've changed my mind, and I'm going to keep it. You know, it has a microwave, a stovetop, a heater. It has a dual fuel refrigerator, but so far I've only used it on electric. It has a little air conditioner here that's super quiet, and plenty of storage up here. I'll show you real quick. There's storage up there. It goes all the way across the front like this. Yeah. Anyways, there's some more pantry storage right here where you can put things in there. And same with that right there. And under the sink. Anyways, that's it. I'm done with that little project. I think it turned out pretty well. What do you think? Okay, in the last episode, I left you where I took the top bunk out of my camper. So what I decided to do is to put a shelf back in the place where the top bunk was. And it's just going to be a short shelf, like about a 2 foot by whatever width of the bed was, 30 inches or whatever. And you can see right here, I just took the frame that I took out of here for the upper bunk and cut it to about 2 foot long. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reapply it to the walls, just like they had it, but using some different screws that I have. The thing you want to make sure is don't use too long of screws. Now they had about a 3-inch screw in here, and that was because it was probably supporting some weight. All right, I'm not really going to do that. I'm just going to put like a 2.5-inch screw back in, and make sure I'm going to try to go back in the same places that they screwed into the wall, because I'm assuming there's probably studs in here of some kind, and I really want to get it back in where the studs were. That's pretty sturdy. Yeah, I like that. So I cut this out. This was part of the the upper bunk that came out of here. So I'm just gonna kind of like lay that on top, and that'll be a pretty good shelf, I think. Here, let me show it to you real quick. Okay. So I'm going to take this trim piece. There's my bed down there. I'm going to take this trim piece and put it right across the front. Okay, I may have to cut it a little bit. Put it right across the front for a barrier. Okay. I'm going to take it and down. I'm going to measure it. I'm going to measure it and go down the basement and cut it. I'm sorry about the crappiness of this video. This is tight quarters for me to be doing this, but I did want to show you what I was doing to the camper to make some changes to it. I really want to get it fixed up really nice for me. And, you know, if my wife doesn't want to go with me, that's fine. If she does, that's fine too. But I'm going to use this camper, okay? I don't owe anything on it. I paid cash for it. So I'm going to fix it up the way I want it and I'm going to use it. Okay, I had to go cut this valance down a little bit to fit that. It's going to fit just perfect in there. Really nice. So let me see if I can, this is the right bit. I think it is. Yeah. There you go. Shelf's back in. Looks pretty good. Let me show it to you real quick. So I got this. So I got it reapplied to where the upper bunk was, and this is the lower bunk now. And I can actually put my mattress back in there right now. I'll show it to you. So I replaced the mattress. It had some what I would call pancake mattresses in here. And I bought this off of Amazon, this trifold mattress. And you know, I didn't even measure it to see if it would fit. But you know what? I've already tried it, and it's a perfect fit. So I took the pancake mattresses that were in this trailer out of it, because obviously they were not made for an adult. And I bought this instead. And this is my new bed, okay? Right there it is. I'll show it to you real quick. So this is my new bed setup, okay, with the new 6-inch foam mattress. I've used this, I can use it in my truck too, for truck camping, take it out of here, and then I have a shelf there. So I took out the top bunk and made this more feasible for an adult to sleep in, okay? Here, let me show you real quick. So before, when I had to get in and out of my bed, I had to duck my head down right here because of the top bunk was in the way, but now I don't have to do that no more, and I can still sleep down here like this, okay, and I can just get in like that and have me a, this is really nice now. This is a lot better. It's open up here. I'm getting more light. I don't feel so claustrophobic, and it's a lot better situation. So that is my bed remodel for the camper. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to change the radio in this camper, okay? And there's something wrong with the radio when I bought the camper, and I bought this this new radio. It's Bluetooth MP3 compatible. I didn't pay a whole lot for it. I got it from Amazon. It's a Boss. It doesn't have to be loud. I just like to have a little music when I'm out and about, and somewhere has got to be a tool to take this radio out. Somewhere. I think I've seen it in here somewhere. I need to find it. Let me look around for it. Oh, I think it's in the... Anyways, I got the old radio out, and I've got all the plugs wired up for the new radio, but I'm going to have to take the bracket out because the bracket for the new radio is thinner, not as thick as the old radio. So they've got some screws in here. I think I can get them out with this. So if you're working on a camper, here's a pro tip for you. Always have a S1, which is a square head screwdriver, because almost everything in this camper takes an S1 bit, okay? So I bought one of these at Ace Hardware for about $6. I really need to get an S2 also, just to have in case. But what I found is most everything in here is S1. Anyways, we'll get this bracket on out and put the new one in, and we'll be ready to slide the radio in there. All right, we're going to slide, make sure you put all the wires back through the plate here before you slide it all in. And okay, so I'm going to put the speakers in, and this one here's pretty self-explanatory. It only goes one way. Now before I slide it all the way back in the hole and have to get it out again, I'm going to try it, okay, make sure it's working. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of stick it in there. Oops, I'll stick it in there like that. almost had it in there upside down. And I'm gonna go turn the battery on real quick. Okay, to the trailer. I've got it turned off. If you see smoke, yell. Well, I got it working, okay? That's important. Sounds pretty good too. So, got this new radio put in. I think I paid about $35 for it on Amazon. And that's an upgrade for me. The older radio wasn't working right, so that's the way it was when I bought it used. Okay, let me finish up with the camper remodels so you can see what I've been doing. And I'm going to take you back inside here. I had one final thing I had to put in and connect, and I'm going to show you that. I already showed you the bed remod with the shelf back there, right back there. Took the top bunk out and made a short shelf above the bed area where I'm going to sleep. I can probably put clothes up there or something like that. Maybe put a netting in front of it to keep stuff from falling out when I'm going down the road. But this was the last thing I did. I bought these from Amazon. They're power delivery or USB-A connectors, and I've got my phone charging right there right now. It runs off the trailer 12-volt battery. I just got behind the TV outlet here, which has 12-volt, and connected the wires to the 12-volt behind there. So they came in a 2-pack. I'm just going to put one there for now, and yeah, the phone's charging right now. Anyways, that is all that I'm going to do right now. I have winterized the trailer. We're here in Tennessee, and it is almost the 1st of November. I do plan on using it some this winter, but I'm not too sure if I'll use the water system in it or just carry a jug of water. I've got a 5-gallon jug somewhere here. Where'd it go? I put it back in the bathroom. I'll show you. I got one of those 5-gallon, like it's a plastic jug. I got it sitting right there in the tub. And there's my small solar panel next to the toilet. Anyways, I put it in there for storage right now. So that's about all I'm going to do right now to the trailer. And I thank everybody on the channel for all their positive comments and words of wisdom. And for this moment, I believe I'm going to keep this trailer, okay? And I'm going to put it to use myself, okay? Anyways, thanks for coming along this very long video about my camper remodels, and maybe you got some use out of it. If you have a comment, go ahead and leave me a comment. If you got a question about what I did in there. Anyways, thanks a lot for coming along. Don't forget to hit the like button on the video. Really appreciate y'all. We'll talk to y'all later. See you. Bye-bye.